Today we're going to review some basic skills, including reflecting points on the x-axis as well as the y-axis. As you should hopefully remember, the x-axis is the horizontal line on our coordinate plane, and our y-axis is the vertical. You might remember the y-axis because the letter Y has a tail that goes straight down, just like the vertical line that we have on that axis. We're going to start by reflecting our original point of 7, 3 across both the x and the y-axis. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plot the point. You go to the right 7 places and then up 3, and that is our original point that we have. To reflect it across the x-axis, that's the horizontal point. Because it is 3 places above the x-axis, I'm going to go directly down 3, and that point is now reflected along the x-axis. I also want you to write the point or the coordinate on the chart. So we went over 7, so our first x value is 7, but now we went to -3 instead of +3 when we reflected it. Now we're going to reflect the original point on the y-axis. Because the original point is 7 points or spaces away from the y-axis, we're going to go 7 the opposite direction. So I plot the point on that side. It's like a mirror image, and I'm going to write the new coordinate. Instead of a +7 on the x values, it is now a -7, and we still move up 3 to get to that point. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, and we're going to plot the points of -3 1/2 and -4. We're then going to reflect it along the x-axis and the y-axis. So -3 1/2 is going to go in the middle of a coordinate, and then we're going to go down to -4. So your point is actually going to be in the middle of the graph. Just try to do the best you can. Now I'm going to reflect it on the x-axis. So that is that horizontal line. Because I am 4 units below it, I'm now going to go 4 units above. Keep in mind that you still have to be at -3 1/2 for your x value. So that makes my coordinate -3 1/2. Then it goes to +4 because we went up instead of down. Now we're going to go ahead and reflect it over the y-axis. The original point, -3 1/2 to -4, is 3 1/2 units away from the y-axis. So I'm going to count 3 1/2 units the opposite direction. So when I do that, it becomes +3 1/2 as our first x value, but we still go down to -4 to make that reflection correct. Try the other ones on your own. This skill that we're going to review is just about drawing a polygon on a coordinate plane. Basically, all you need to do are label your points and connect the dots. We're going to do the first one together, and then you'll try the others on your own. So A is 1, 5. So you go to the right 1 and up 5. I'm going to label that as A. B is 2, 9. I go over 2 and up 9, again labeling that polygon. It's very important to label your vertices. Since I drew those one after another, we're going to connect that dot. Now I'm going to do C. It is over 6, up 8. Connect the dots and label. And then D is 8, 1. And I label my point there. Now, because we are making a polygon, it is a closed figure, so you close the entire shape and you are done. Go ahead and do the next 2 on your own.